Singing tips by D, singing technique.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you've been here before. Back at it again with 1 minute singing tips. Today, episode 18, microphone techniques part 2. Last time we went through all of the microphone techniques for the stage. This time, as promised, microphone techniques for the studio specifically because they are really different. But before we get into the video, I gotta show you something real quick. As you can see, I'm wearing these wonderful glasses that Thermo has sent me to show you guys. And besides the fact that I feel really honored to have received these glasses, I must say, I also want to share with you how awesome it was to actually order these glasses. Really, guys, I'm not being paid for the following things I say, but the experience of ordering these glasses was freaking awesome. I had to really hold back to not order all of the features that they have because, holy Christ, they have every size, every frame that you can imagine, and they're so friendly. They answer right back and everything. It's really, really, really cool. For me, it's actually really hard to find glasses because I have such a tiny, mini, narrow face. All of the glasses look too big, but look at this, guys. Now I can get my teacher game on. And because they're so awesome, they obviously left me a link to share with you guys. It's a $10 coupon, so check it out. It's below the video. Let's get into it. Okay, we're back. This is obviously no studio. This is just my office, but still for demonstrational purposes, it should be enough. First of all, take everything off that makes sounds, okay? This stuff here, take it off. But because it's not a real recording, I'm gonna leave it on, okay? Now, the first thing you want to do when recording in the studio is the pop filter issue. What you want to do with the pop filter is you definitely want to have it like a fist away, okay? Like this. If it's too close, it doesn't really actually do anything. If it's too far away, it also does not really do anything. You would still have pop filter going on, but I mean that kind of defeats the purpose of everything. And why do you have the pop filter? As the word already says, for all of the p and t and ks. Okay, so it basically filters out all of these pop noises. So you want to place the pop filter in a nice position like that. Secondly, you want to have the part of the microphone that picks up the sound the most, which is right here in the middle, at the height of your mouth. Also, help the sound engineer or the producer that you're working with, meaning always stand in the same distance from the microphone. You can still change the distance to the microphone to change the sound, but we'll get into this later. Even if you go to the bathroom or take a little break or something like that, if you come back, try to stand in the same exact spot, if not even make a little mark there. And the reason being is, obviously, if you get closer, your voice is going to be way louder. If you're further away, your voice is going to be way more quiet. And the thing is, if you have different takes and you sang the first half of your verse in this distance and the next half of your verse in this distance, it will sound like the following. Hey, hey. So as you can see, it sounds really, really different. That was the example right there that shouldn't happen. So as you can hear, it sounds really, really different, which is cool to change the sound. But like I said, we're going to get into this later. Now, if you don't really care about that, the poor producer will have to edit his life away, editing all of the volumes up and down and so on and so forth. So to be a professional singer, you should really know about these things. Now, the distance and the volume of your singing thing, like in the last video, applies here too. So if you want to say stuff whispering, or if you want to say something quiet, you obviously are going to go closer to the microphone, and the other way around when you are yelling. Now the only thing is, if you do it in the middle of a phrase, when you're singing a part of the song, you do not want to go so extreme with the distances like on the stage. Watch the other video. So you do not want to go like this, hey! It's just a little bit, okay? But since you're in the studio, there is something that is called compression, and it shouldn't be such a big problem. But still, try to avoid killing somebody's ears and try to avoid clipping. Now we come into the juicy stuff. sorry about that. So the biggest difference between the stage and the studio performance is that on stage you can move your body, you can send your emotions in so many different ways, versus in the studio nobody sees you and you can only emit your emotions with this here. Now if you're interested, I definitely recommend go watch my video on how to sing with emotions so you can get a feel of this side of the coin. Now people that have worked on singing jingles, for example, like I did, know very well that the smile, the extreme smile, emits a very kind of like a uplifting energy. Obviously when you have the smiley side, you have also the angry side, right? So you will have to do everything very extremely acted out with your mouth because this here alone is not gonna do it, right? And the same counts with excitement, so you have to put all of your excitement in your mouth. So let's record a couple examples so you can hear it for yourself.
I wanna follow you. I wanna follow you. I wanna follow you.
Now, as you can see and hear, that makes a big difference, right? If you smile, people can hear that. Now, you can obviously not do that on stage, right? Because you're gonna look crazy. I wanna follow you. But on the microphone in the studio, you really have to do that. Now, when working on voiceovers and stuff like that, if you have to say things, you oftentimes have to say it really clearly, like that.
I wanna follow you. I wanna follow you. I wanna follow you.
By the way, that's a little plug for my song. Now we come to the special effects or sound changes that you can do with positioning yourself around the microphone. So sometimes if you want to build a choir in the background, or if you want to make it sound like there are many people around you, for example in scenarios like hey, 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 oh, you really do want to have it sound like many people are there, and positioning yourself in different places around the microphone makes such a big difference. Now for choirs, for example, it's very, very helpful to stand not only a little bit further away, but maybe even position yourself into the different positions that somebody with the different voices would stand in. Like this. I wanna follow, I wanna follow, I wanna follow. Believe it or not, but it does really make a difference. It sounds like there's a choir behind you. Now again, to help the producer or to help the sound engineer, you can add your own special effects. I do this a lot in my choirs. I like writhing into the microphone, similar like in the other video for the stage microphone techniques.
I wanna follow you. I wanna follow you.
Now, as you can see, this is a whole different world from being on stage. Just experiment a little bit, try stuff out, and you are going to be surprised how amazing your voice is going to sound with all of these different little tweaks and tricks. That's it already, everybody. I hope that was helpful. As usual, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And as usual, don't forget to check the links. There is awesome stuff to discover. And as always, much love to everyone. Stay focused. Have a blessed now.